Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, Transformers fans everywhere, welcome back. LPS, Last Prime Speculator, here to bring you another episode of the Redemption series as always. Today's focus on the Redemption series is Cogman, the Headmaster, the servant of the Order of the Witwiccans. If you're not familiar with the Redemption series focuses on plots, events, characters, artifacts, and storylines that were never addressed in Transformers the live-action universe. I created this web series of specific topics that seek redemption and need to be touched on. Who better than Cogman to get it started? Let's get right to it. Cogman, Transformers The Last Knight. As the faithful, enduring master servant of the Burton family, the Headmaster Cogman has safeguarded generations of the Witwiccans for 7 centuries, protecting and maintaining the family's connection of the secret artifacts and secret history of the connection of the Transformers. As a butler and bodyguard, he is polite, proper, and processing a healthy respect of tradition and unafraid to throw out and dry and equip for battle when necessary. Over hundreds of years, he has served the Witwiccans and has developed over time anger management issues. This later trait would cause problems in the latest trades when Sir Edward finally meets Cade, Yegar, and Vivian and discuss the secret history of the Transformers. Cogman has been responsible for protecting the secret history of the Transformers for thousands of years and their secret purpose of why they keep coming back to Earth. Cogman is a Headmaster. Headmasters are a type of symbiotic variations of the Transformers life form in which a smaller sentient being, frequently but not exclusive organates, transforms into the head of the larger robot. The term Headmaster can be applied to both primary partner, the head, and the significant other, the body. The Headmaster's bonding occurs between two scientific beings. When it occurs, the benefits of a Headmaster are the partner gains control of a larger, more powerful body, and the Transformer gains an extra perspective on the battlefield. Bonding involves allowing him to draw on both sides of ideas, tactics, and instincts. The Headmaster's technology was a primary invention of the new billion scientist, Arcana, which was designed originally to let the bodies of the Autobots defend their world. All Headmaster partnerships are seen as human, Nobelian Transformers. The organic half of the pairs is able to transform to use the specific suit of the Headmaster's armor and control the helmet of the interface with the biosymmetric argumentation. It is possible for an organic to control or communicate with the larger robot for only the controlling part through the helmet, even if that is to undergo bonding process to let the Transformer into the head, and likewise the alternate body. Permanently, physicals can connect to the partners regardless of whether they retain the helmet of the armor. The main weakness is design that comes with the conflicts of the personalities, since there was never meant to be an equal partnership in the organic Headmaster concept. Very little attention was paid to how the Transformers and the organic partner would interact during the original bonding. As the prototypes, the Headmasters suffered a lack of knowledge on this, now important to the interaction that it would become. Headmasters simply do not get along with their own bodies. Because of this, the partners would often disagree or be in odds of each other, resulting in confusion in the Transformers as the voices of his head had extended the arguments of what to do in times of crisis. Depending on the capability of the personalities of the partnerships, their minds tend to merge in different directions. One may agree or disagree, and vice versa. The Headmaster's partnerships are unique. They have the powers to take full control over the body, and they are connected to, often against the Transformers' will at times. Over time, both Headmaster and the Transformers' partners realized that they would work better together on both sides, and the relationship between them evolved from the master to slave into a moral equal partnership for better or for worse. Attempting to escape the war of Cybertron, a group of Cybertronians fled the planet only to have their ship hazardly crash land on the planet known as Master. During a desperate time of survival, the part by the technology drive the time-traveling spaceship that crash landed the planet sometimes later. After escaping Cybertron, for the need of survival, the several technologies advanced helped the technology drive from a time-traveling spaceship that crash landed the planet sometimes later. Among them was the creation of the Transtectors, large lifeless robots which the smaller robots could connect and control. The small Cybertronians had not yet mastered the art of transformation. However, they had undergone mental and physical training in order to become known as the title Headmasters. The Headmaster migrated from the Master and joined the Autobot and Decepticon forces of the Cybertron and Earth. Cybertronian Headmasters possess numerous energy manipulated superpowers. They are able to exchange Transtectors freely with their fellow headmasters to increase their power levels, can link up with each other, and a head formation of very powerful results. Headmasters do not possess any of these powers but their own natural physical strengths and reflexes. Without their heads, a Transformers Headmaster is at a severe disadvantage. Most Autobots and Decepticons are shown entering some kind of stasis lock when the heads come disconnected from the robot modes, often seen some sluggish and able to perform in their alternate modes. However, Headmasters seem no different from any other Transformer, perhaps a little more dangerous at times. With another intelligent being to help with the task of driving, flying, and shooting, the Headmaster is able to focus more clearly on its tactics, strategy, or the life task at hand, freeing up considerable amount of processing power for more maintainable requirements. This makes a Headmaster capable of extreme multitasking and amazing rapid decision making in a time of crisis when all hope is lost. The Headmaster would become one of the most important parts of saving the world on Transformers The Last Knight, led by Cogman, the Headmaster and servant of Witwiccans. So I hope you guys enjoyed that breakdown and the education of the actual definition of Cogman, which is an actual Headmaster, one of my favorite parts in the Transformers continuity universe. What we learned from Cogman is his title as the servant of the Order of the Witwiccans. The Order of the Witwiccans is a group of humans that were basically dedicated to keep the history, knowledge, and the existence of Transformers on Earth in secrecy. A couple of members included Sir Edward Burton, Winston Churchill, Frederick Douglass, Albert Einstein, Queen Elizabeth, and Abraham Lincoln, just to give you a couple examples. But basically, this was a secret society, the history of the Transformers within secret, and the real purpose why they keep coming here. And actually, we come to find out, the secret was all kept to keep the history of Earth, which is Unicron, and Cogman was part of that. Now, this is what I wanted to touch about with Cogman and everything. We know Cogman was part of the servants and the Order of the Witwiccans. Now, think about this. As a servant in an Order of a Witwiccan, Cogman, wise, powerful, educated, knowledge, and a psychopath. He technically was also responsible for keeping the secrets among the Transformers and why they keep coming to Earth. Not only was he a servant of the Order of the Witwiccans, what if he was a servant of the actual Knights of Cybertron? What I'm saying is that his stature, his posture, his pre-existence look, very ancient looking, a sign of royalty that somebody like Cogman could have actually been one of the head servers with the Knights of Cybertron, or the Guardian Knights of Icon, where basically this is where he inherited the knowledge of the history of the Transformers, right? Cogman also could have not only been a servant of the Knights of Cybertron, let's say Cogman was actually one of the servants of the creators, one of the Quintessons in a way, possibly the creators from the invasion of Transformers Age of Extinction, the very beginning, that he could have been one of the first Transformers created to serve the Quintessons. Now think about it through their perspective. If you create the very first Transformer, I'm talking about pre-Transformer, before the title at this time Headmaster came intact, is that you create Cogman to serve you. You learn about Cogman, his education, his properness, his knowledge, his fighting ability, his powerful arsenal, and his intelligence. That is not something you want to use to control and enslave in a Cybertronian race. That literally, he could have been the original testing ground where that was like, okay, this one is way too powerful, let's try plan B, which then we will learn about the Autobots and Decepticons, that basically he was too powerful, that he could have been the first Transformer created that was meant to be completely annihilated by his creators, the Quintessons, which could have also been held of the Order of the Witwiccans, right? Now, let's say that he escaped as well. Like we know in the beginning when Merlin finds the Guardian Knights and we see that crash-landed ship. We meet the 12 Guardian Knights that become Dragonstorm, right? That are on Earth to protect the weapon, the staff, to keep it from Quintessa, the great evil that will return for it. What if Cogman was also part of that team that escaped on the planet during that time, where literally that he was on that ship and could have been responsible with the knowledge? Like in a way, he was kind of like the communicator to pass on the knowledge and the history of this staff before that, after that battle took place, and King Arthur found the Round Table, and then they learned about the planet of Cybertron as well as the planet of Earth, right? Now, not only this, is that if you think about the toy, you think about this beautiful toy, which I want so bad. Look at Cogman's stature. He is the title of an actual Headmaster, right? I also thought when this toy was leaked that when you purchase this toy, this comes with the actual sword of Excalibur. That he literally could have been the one that possessed the Knights of Icon, maybe the knowledge, kind of like an Orion Pax librarian type, that he knew the knowledge of the Knight of Icon that was given, the talisman that was given to Cade Yegar, which would become Excalibur, which literally I thought in the beginning he was going to be the one that was in charge of a passing Excalibur, that literally Cogman could have been one of the original, if not the original, pre-Transformer / Headmaster. And also one of the fabled Knights of Cybertron, where he was in charge of protecting Excalibur. He was already protecting all the secrets of the Order of the Witwiccans, right? Where literally he was one of the Knights of Cybertron, and maybe the very first Headmaster, which we got to see the evolution of the Combinder of Dragonstorm. That the Headmaster itself could have been one of the first ones where they could have manipulated or gained the technology to become Dragonstorm. I'm talking about the Guardian Knights of Icon. This is where Cogman's misrepresentation of this movie could have been used so much better, is that he could have literally been the one that passed the actual Excalibur to, let's say, one of the Guardian Knights, which originally I was hoping was going to be Alpha Trion, where that sword was passed to him to be passed down to Yegar or Optimus Prime, where the fate of that sword would be the key to unlocking the Earth Core, which we find out is Unicron, which I'll save that for another speculation. Now, the movie, this movie was focused on good and evil, which Excalibur, and I thought the hate infection of Optimus Prime, which is the sword he had. Where Cogman's role of the Order of the Witwiccans was to find the last knight, the true knight, to carry the ancient sword that would save humanity and save the infection of Optimus Prime. Where literally this Headmaster, this pre-Cybertronian, Cogman, the first testing ground of the creators, knew the knowledge of his creators and the evilness of, let's say, Quintessa and their makers, the Transformers makers, and he knew the history of the humans, Earth, and Unicron, where he was literally himself a book of dictionary of the Transformers Cybertronian race. Where this is where Cogman could have been used so much more better, is that he literally was in charge of choosing the last knight and passing over the secrets and the power of Excalibur to the next human / Transformer. Where literally that was the bond that would save humanity and destroy Quintessa and possibly keep Unicron locked in Earth and deep within hell where he should be. Cogman literally was a missed opportunity, an actual definition of a Headmaster. We saw little glimpses of him doing that to Crosshairs, where he basically destroys and breaks his finger. Where literally a title of a Headmaster would have been so important, especially think about it through this way. The first Transformer created, the pre-Transformer, what if it was a Headmaster, where this could have been a testing ground for the Quintesson control of an idea of torture, maybe an idea of their idea of a gladiator game. And then Cogman was born too wise, too powerful, too strong, too intelligent to literally, you cannot make this your first creation. That literally he was supposed to be destroyed and somehow got away, where he inherited the knowledge and escaped with everything, only to witness the Order of the Witwiccans, the Transformers history on Earth, and Cybertron's history, and also the Creator's history, where he literally is a dictionary of the history of why they keep coming back. A very missed opportunity that they could have used in this universe. Cogman's split personality could also be developed to the connection with the Headmaster, the detaching of the head, where literally that was the idea of the first Transformer supposed to be created was an actual Headmaster. And Cogman knew this and basically befriended Earth and became one of the saviors of Earth and Cybertron. The Guardian Knights and the Knights of Cybertron, whatever you want to call them, left on these Titans. That literally he could have been himself a Titan Master ready to unlock the secrets. If you follow the app and everything, it shows that there is a Titan on Earth ready to be awoken. I don't think it's Unicron, but that could have served a purpose down the road of what Cogman is actually trying to do in these live action films. So I hope you guys enjoyed that speculation of the Redemption series of Cogman the Headmaster, a missed opportunity, the one who could have been in charge of passing the sword Excalibur. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Prime Speculator. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Last Prime Speculator. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit that bell and that notification squad to stay updated with all of LPS's Redemption series and all of my videos. To my subscribers, again, I love you so much. Make sure to hit that like button. Again, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're a fan of Transformers, we dig deep in the lore of Transformers. This is LPS delivering you another Redemption series. Peace.